morning, alumni. Let's get it. Yo, what's up, everybody? Good morning and welcome to Piper Academy Network. This is your morning market report, and we've got some economic data coming in today that, was better than expected. But at the end of the day, it was still a contracting economy indicator. Guys, in the hourly here, we're getting a pullback on the crypto side of the markets. Looking at the TradFi side, looks like we're getting a little bit of red here on the NASDAQ and on the S&P 500. Dow just barely holding on at 0.33% to the upside. Russell 2K same there, and the VIX is back in the green and moving up. You know what that means. Volatility coming our way. We're going to be breaking all this down, plus the economic data and special guest, Redman from the Billy Goat teams on to promote their new children's book. All this and a whole lot more today right here on The Place. It is the morning market report. Let's get it. You guys know what time it is. Class is in session. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the show. Guys, market's getting a little pullback right now. Look at that candle. It's sinking down. We're breaking down from that 50% line. That's been the resistance that we've talked about numerous times this week on the show. And I said, watch for Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, because if we got pumps in through Monday and Tuesday, I did not think it was going to make it past that threshold of the Wednesday, Thursday, Friday economic data. This morning, we got some durable goods orders that came in. Was expected to be a lot worse than what it was. It came in better. Everyone got bullish. They're like, oh, it's better than they said, but it still indicates a contracting, shrinking economy. Hence the thumbnail today, shrinking economy, more pain. On the way, let's go ahead and bring up my co-host here today, the OC guy. OC, what's up, dude? How you doing today, man?
I'm doing fantastic. I don't know why this is becoming a theme, and I hate it, but I don't have my coffee today. I'm still in a better mood than yesterday. I need to admit that. But other than that, man, I just saw your coffee in the morning, and I'm like, not again. I need to get mine. It's already too late. I need to start making that happen, man.
Yeah, mornings without coffee is never a good thing. Oh, see, I'm sorry. I'm just taking a drink, looking over here at the news, watching the news. I was watching the news. Was not trying to shove my coffee in your face, man. No, shout out to you, man. How you feeling about the markets this morning? We got that economic data. I don't know if you were tracking that, if you watched it this morning. I know that's my thing. Everybody wakes up in the morning. First thing they do, they go and look at the charts. Me, I go and I look at the economic data reports for the day and see what's coming out, right? So what were your thoughts? Did you see anything on that this morning?
Not really. I haven't seen the results of it, but I'm seeing a big candle going back down. Still, I'm not that scared. Neither, I don't know, feeling that bearish at this point. We are at least in the 4th hour breaking through, retesting, forming a little bit of a pattern formation here. And there's a possibility that we just go back to the dynamic reactor, bounce up. And by the way, I'll try to see if I can catch a 15-minute straight. Because I have that feeling that we're going to be bouncing hard from this. I mean, I think it's going to be kind of like a little bit of a dump and then a pump. But we'll see how that plays out. Because, guys, remember, I'm missing a big chunk of information, which is the results. I haven't looked at them yet. But, yeah, just waiting on that.
Yeah, well, we're going to talk about it and break it down. We're going to get into all that. So let's go ahead and bring up Redman, introduce him, let him do a little chit chat. Shout out to the Otter gang in the house, all joining us over here. Big shout out to Alex and all of you Otters. You guys are utterly fantastic. So let's go ahead and bring up our man here. What is up, Redman? Welcome to the Morning Market Report here with Piper Academy. Welcome, man. Good to have you here. So, yeah.
Good morning, guys.
Good morning. So if anybody doesn't know who Redman is, he is with the Billy Goat Tales team, good friend of the channel here in the Piper Academy. If you guys know who Crypto Billy is, you should definitely know who Redman is, because they are in lock sync over there at the Billy Goat Tales team. But hey, I'm gonna hand it over to you for a second here, Redman. Introduce yourself, tell who you are, the Billy Goat Tales team, and what you have been working on, and then we'll go into the news. We'll come back and we'll break down that project that you just got launched. So go for it, man.
Yeah, so I'm Redman. I'm from Billy Goat Tales, headed up by Crypto Billy. You guys know about our project. Army Piper has been an integral part of our community. We appreciate that. He was the first person on our second season. So Army Piper, we love you, and that's what we do at Billy Goat Tales. We lift up other people. We're not in it for ourselves. We're here to lift everybody else up and bring attention to those that are working hard to bring it to themselves. So I'm glad to be here, Piper. You want me to go into the book a little bit, or?
Just talk about the project a little bit, and then we'll actually drive into what it is, what's in it, and what it covers. Here in a minute after the news. But yeah, you've been working on a book, dude. So if you guys don't know, I've got book one right over here that Crypto Billy did. This is the first children's book, and they just put out a second book. And if you want to just give an explanation of why you guys have been doing that and what your goal is with these books, so that the people can know.
Yeah, so just to give you a little background, Billy motivated me to write this book, him coming out with his book. But not only that, when I was a kid, my dad used to have little stories about Jojo Monkey every night. And there was a lesson in every story. And I didn't know it at the time, but he was teaching me, he was planting seeds. And so this part of my motivation for writing this book is that I'm hoping that parents will teach their kids about Bitcoin. They'll teach their kids about doing their own research. So they'll teach their kids about blockchain technology. And I feel like this book can help them do that, help break the ice and bring up the conversation before they go to bed at night.
Awesome. Yeah, we're going to dive in more to that and what the motivation is behind it. It is called Billy Goat Tales, The Tricky Wolf and the Wise Boy. And we've got a link down in the description below. Let's go jump into the news. Let's talk about this economic data that came out. Let's get into a Bitcoin look, and then we'll come back and we'll talk about this and what a great project this is, and the opportunity for children to learn about the thing we all love. It's right there. That Bitcoin right there, sitting right now at $87,000. So let's jump over to the news, guys, and we'll come back and get into this book and some more interview here with Redman. Let's go. All right, guys, you know what time it is. Let's break down the risk indicators for today. Right now, crypto market cap is sitting at $2.854 trillion. The trend on that is sitting at $3.62 trillion. So right now, if you take this and you measure it off with your average median, Bitcoin currently sitting 21.27% undervalued right now. Current risk level sitting at 50%, which means we're about at the halfway risk mark on the wristbands here from Into The Cryptoverse. Looking at the market dominance for Bitcoin. Bitcoin dominance with stables is at 60.48 right now, without stables, taking those out. So it's comparison to altcoins. Bitcoin dominance usually includes stable coins. Pull stable coins out of it, sitting at 65.73% right now dominance. So still quite a bit of Bitcoin dominance moving into stable coins and not into altcoins right now, although we have seen a little uptick of that in the last week. So let's go over and check out what the fear and greed is today. What's up there, Alex O, the Otter Gang? I see you in the chat, bro. I see you, brother. Alex O, never a lurker, never. Guys, current fear and greed is sitting at 47. We are neutral right now on the fear and greed index. So let's jump over to the crypto bubbles. Like I said, red on the hourly was green, and then all of a sudden flipped it over to the hourly. On this economic data this morning, there was a little pump rally, and then it just turned right back on itself. Bitcoin currently sitting at 87,179, down about 0.5% on the daily. Ethereum down about 1.3%, sitting just above $2,000. We got XRP down about 0.5, BNB down 1, Solana down 2.2 at 141. Dogecoin's pumping up 5.6% today, sitting just under 20 cents. So look at that. Go Doge. Still down on the hourly, though, getting a pullback of 2.1%. Any big movers in here? Oh, Shiba Inu. What is it with the dog memes today, man? Shiba Inu up 10.7% on the daily, up in that 16th spot. Sui is up 7.7 still, despite a 0.3% pullback. Litecoin and Polkadot rounding out the top 20. Polkadot at that 20 spot there. OM losing its top 20 there and moved down to number 22 just for our OM fans out there. Let's go check out what we're looking at here on the U.S. TradFi markets, guys. Dow Jones up 0.43% right now. S&P down 0.26. NASDAQ's down about 0.95. Russell 2K is about flat. It's 0.01%. And that VIX, guys, keep an eye on this. If this thing breaks 20 on the VIX, it's the volatility index, we could be looking at a lot of quick sell-off there. So let's go and see how the bonds are looking and the gold side. There we go. Bonds, 10-year treasury yield moving back up again. And let's go check out our precious metals. Gold at $3,022. It is in the red today. Silver's in the red, just above $34. Copper's green. That's an industrial metal side there. Platinum and palladium down on platinum, up on palladium, but not by much, guys. So seeing a little bit of a shift there out of gold today. It's weird when we see the market sell off, and on top of it, gold's pulling back. Little different than what you would expect there. So let's go over and check out the economic calendar so I can break the stuff down for you guys. So here, see what had happened was we got this durable goods orders, okay? It was at 3.3 previously. There was a revision on that, the slight revision for last month, but everyone was expecting on consensus and forecast that it would be -1, -1.2 consensus versus forecast, about a 0.2% there spread between the forecast and that consensus. Came in at 0.9. And so initially everyone went, oh, it's going to be negative. It's up 0.9. That's bullish. But it's not, because we are still seeing us move from a 3.3% to a less than 1%. That is a 2.4% retraction or contraction there in economic growth. So durable goods orders, that is items that last 3 years or longer, right? So washers and dryers and, refrigerators, so on and so forth. Things that are expected that you buy that are expected to last at least 3 years or longer. That has been a big slowdown in durable goods, pretty big indicator of our economy. So now we're seeing that because this is a contraction, despite coming in better than expected, the markets are getting a little sell-off, hence the thumbnail today. Contracting the economy, more pain coming, very possible. So durable goods orders, excluding transportation, it's actually come up, but that was at 0.1%, was expected to be 0.2, came in better than expected. So a little mixed data there, but if we jump in here and look at this, excluding transportation, new orders in the U.S. increased by 0.7%. Beating market expectations of 0.2. Durable goods orders excluding transportation averaged 0.23% from 1992 to 2025. So big jump there on that piece. But when you tie in the transportation piece of it, not doing as well. Durable goods orders excluding transportation refer to new orders placed with manufacturers for delivery of hard goods in the future, excluding transportation orders. So there you go. But yeah, that one came in better, but overall, we did not see that. By the way, if you're looking to buy a home, your 30-year mortgage rate has gone down by 0.1%. Congratulations. You can save about $20 a month there on your new mortgage. So tomorrow, guys, we got the GDP coming in. This is going to be a big one to watch. This is why we talked about Wednesday, Thursday, Friday being a danger zones for the markets. Right now, it was previously at 3.1% quarterly growth for the GDP. This means the total economic pulse of U.S. It was at 3.1%. Consensus and forecast is that it will be down to 2.3. Everyone's kind of holding their breath. Why? Because the Atlanta Fed now has actually estimated that the 2025 quarter one, this is the final for quarter four, okay? So if this comes in lower than that consensus and forecast, they are expecting that the next quarterly reading, which will be quarter one 2025, that we're just getting out of here soon, is in the negative. They're actually calling for it to be a negative GDP for quarter one. So if we see signs of this being even less than what the 2.3 estimate is, that could be a foreshadowing of the negative Fed Now report that's saying that we may be negative already in this quarter. So that's going to be coming out tomorrow. And then lastly, guys, on Friday, we're going to get core PCE. So this week, strap in. It's going to be a little bumpy ride in the markets, in my opinion. So, matter of fact, not just me, taking a look here, CNBC Pro News this morning, stocks may still be too expensive even after the recent sell-off, according to Deutsche Bank. Given that warning, stocks have been on the back foot for weeks, leaving many investors in search of a silver lining. One of those may be that the equities are now trading at discounts to the levels that they were when the S&P was at an all-time high in February. But Deutsche Bank warns that U.S. stocks may still be expensive. We remain close to the most expensive U.S. equity valuations in history seen back in 2000, citing the cyclically adjusted price to earnings ratio. The CAPE compares current prices to earnings over the past 10 years. By that measure, the S&P is trading more at like 35 times their earnings. That means that the total valuation is 35 times greater than what these companies actually earn. And so during that thing, for context, Kate peaked about 45 during the dot-com bubble. We're at 35 currently. So they think that this is still going to have some more sell-off despite the celebration of a new rally. Guys, we talk about sucker rallies all the time here on the show. Be aware of that. Also, let's go over and look at the longs versus shorts right now on Bitcoin, and then we'll get into a Bitcoin chart. Looking at the 24-hour here, and I want to put this on the 24-hour. Thank you very much. Domo arigato. Looking at the 24-hour here, longs versus shorts on all exchanges, guys. Currently, right now, we are looking at 49.79% of all trades are longs and 50.21% are shorts. So, you know, there's a contrarian there. When you got more shorts than longs, you tend to see the market go the opposite direction. Right now, people are a little more short than long, but I do think we'll have some pullback today. Don't let those guys make some money, make people go, okay, I'm shorting now. They're going to short too late because they didn't get it at the beginning of the move. And then the markets will flip around on them, trap those people, take their money and say, have a nice day. Welcome to Bitcoin trading. So, Redman OC guy, thoughts on any of this economic data? How are you feeling about, the rest of this month? Really, we're pretty close. We got about what? 5 days, 5 days for the rest of this month and get that monthly close. After the pullbacks, do you think we have some lower prices coming? Redman, we'll kick it to you first.
Tariffs are, that's
April
what I'm
2nd.
looking at.
April 2nd, baby.
April 2nd. So, and Piper, you and I were kind of talking about it before the show. Is it going to get back down to that 70K, 71, 72K, fill that CME gap down there? I think it will, but it's all speculation at this point. We don't know for sure. So
yeah, I'm actually watching for like 67K to be like the line in the sand right now. If we break that, then we're absolutely heading into the lower levels. Matter of fact, I talked about this last week here on the show. I was showing this chart right here. There we go. Welcome to the chart. That if we don't get back up and retake this golden pocket zone, which has been, cycle tops pretty much every cycle. We did do an outlier back here where we broke above it a little bit, but for the most part, trend-based fib from low to high to low on cycles has given us this zone of rejection. This is how back in December I was talking about was the top end. All we did is come in, do a slight liquidity sweep above it, and that was it. And we started to the downside. If we don't retake this, and get a little bit higher, right? Somewhere maybe in like 114 to 120, 115 range, then we have to go, okay, so what does our bottom levels look like in those moves? And, we've always hit retracements in the golden pocket. So 786 to the 887, every single cycle has been the bottom. That is being measured from a pull of the low to the high. That retracement puts it there on logarithmic, right? So, guys, that would be like $36,000 to $37,000. So, 67. If we lose that level, that's going to be right here in a point of control. If I grab a fixed range volume profile and we bring this on here, let's just get this whole range here, and you'll see. Pull, drop for me. Thank you much. There we go. Yeah, $67,000 is going to be your point of control for this entire rally point. So we really need to hold that level, or we have to take into account that, hey, if we're going to revisit 786, as we historically have done every 4 years, everyone likes to bang the drum on a 4-year cycle. There's a 4-year cycle for you too. Guys, that's like $37,000. Not a pretty sight to think about. So Redman, your thoughts on that there, bro?
If it goes to 37,000, I'm a happy man.
Yeah, if it goes to 37,000, I'm deploying massive amounts of money. Back the truck up. Michael Saylor, get the hell out of my way. You bought the tops, I'm buying the bottoms. And hopefully, if we go to Vegas, for Bitcoin conference, I'm going to be there. Hopefully I run into him and go, hey, if you just followed the Piper plan, you'll do much better on your Bitcoin purchases. Thank me later. OC, your thoughts on this, and then I'll let you get into the lower time frame chart, because I like to look at that macro side. We'll hand that over to you. Your thoughts on this, and then we'll get you the charts up.
Well, I think that we still need to wait for the rest of the numbers to play it out, right? So far, I think we're just standing in the middle of the same thing that we've been talking about. Neither here, neither there. Everything is still kind of playing out, right? It's a story being told at this point, and we still need to get to the interesting part, right? So far, I think we are building up that suspense. If we can compare it to a movie or to a story, right? And I think it's just
It's like
this is
Mission
normal part. I
Impossible
mean,
theme song.
yeah, man. So, I mean, we still need to see how Mac economy responds, and also how President Trump's new direction start playing out along, or in disparity with the rest of its of all of the governments around the world, right? But I think it's going to be a very important cycle. This one. And you mentioned that everybody likes to bang on the cycle, right? I want to talk about that, which I think that at this point we are now starting to have the enough market cap to start behaving like bigger coins, just like it happened with gold, right? So the cycles is not that it's gone; it's being diluted in the bigger range that this market cap requires. So that's it. I mean, I think that we're still okay. I
So
don't
do you
think that
think
we're in a
it's
bear
going
market.
down?
I think it's going down, but I do agree with your last guess.
Yeah, there we go. Getting low.
So,
OC, let's bring your chart up. You can talk it all out with the chart there. What do you got for us on that lower time frame for Bitcoin today, bro?
absolutely. Oh, look at that! I just have an Ethereum alert. All right, so we'll talk about that afterwards. Nonetheless, we have a kind of like a pennant here. The way that I know that it's a pennant, or I can call it a pennant, it is because its pole is longer than its center sizing here. So basically, I'll be willing to call this a pennant. Come on, I can stretch that line. One thing with the pennants, it is that it is having at the end a symmetrical triangle, right? And in many cases, especially on Bitcoin, we see a liquidity sweep and then something like that, and ended up breaking to the upside, right? So this is what I was talking about in the morning, right? We do have this itty bitty candle going through the trend line here to the bear flag. It's a bullish flag, sorry, and then going to the dynamic reactor. So what I'm going to be trying to do is going maybe into lower time frames, maybe even into the 5 to 3 minutes, to start seeing if I have a little bit more of a downtrend, unsustainable downtrend here, that I can maybe take all the way down at 86.32. Let me just go into what you were talking about, and you asked me if I see it more downwards, right? Let me go to daily and zoom out a little bit. This is where we are at this point. I mean, we can barely see the candle, right? But if I just scoop over to my right, and I know there's a little spaghetti-ish, this is what I'm expecting to have, right? I mean, I need to even zoom farther out, something along those lines. Not exactly, just a rough shape. So somebody also asked me before, is 6470-ish still in the table? And I'm like, yes, we are. Look at that red flag, right? Or red bearish signal. It's not about your breakout, it's about your retest. We're bouncing from dynamic reactor at this point. So logically, yes, that it is still in the table. Let me just wrap it up with this. I think that this is what's going to be playing out better, right? As you can see, it's almost playing out candle by candle. This is a copy. These candles, these blue candles, it's just copy and paste of the 2021 cycle. So I believe that we're going to be seeing a little bit of range. We're going to be having one more big rejection, somewhere around 79, 70, 77. And then finally, we're going to start going sideways in a more controlled way and pump all the way up. There is a chance that we just basically skip this last range and we just go to V-shaped recovery and pump it. But I don't think that we're just ready for that. So that's what I see on the 4 hour and maybe daily. But in the 15 minutes, or even let's go to the 5 minutes just to wrap it up. Sorry about that. In the 5 minutes, what I told you that I'm going to be looking for a possible entry. We don't have any structure, right? We don't have any structure. Yes, we're coming to support areas here. I think it will be worth just turning on my indicators, but and we don't have any structure. And yeah, we're coming down to support, but so far I just don't see that this support it is good enough for me to take the trade. I want to see the flip with ribbon. What I'm seeing here, it is an inverted goose head. So I'll be waiting either for the reversal, and then when I'm doing the next pullback, maybe I jump in all the way to 87,815. Also, that's what I got on lower time frame. Turning it back to you guys.
Awesome. Awesome. Appreciate that. Shout out to Dave Brumbelow. We were just talking about Michael Saylor here, and he said he had a little pop up here. He said, Chris Rice and I sat in front of Saylor and his entourage at the Trump speech in Bitcoin 2024. Chris asked Saylor for an interview, and Saylor gave Rice the ice eyes. So Saylor's got a powerful stare, but he does not have a powerful DCA strategy. I'm just going to point that out. The Piper plan is better. So you have failed, Michael Saylor. You keep buying Bitcoin at the top. I'll keep buying it at the bottom. I'll never catch up to his amount, but I will have a better cost ratio. All right, let's get into this book and talk about that, and then we'll wrap it up looking at some altcoins and stuff here at the back half of this show. All right, Redman. The children's book. Let's talk about this. I'm going to bring it up here and show everybody real fast what this book is. There we go. A little book action here. Nope, that is X. There we go. Billy Goat Tells the Tricky Wolf and the Wise Boy. This is book number 2, and you guys know I got book number 1 over there. Book number 2 has already been shipped. I should be getting that today, but right now, Redman, this book, what inspired it? It says, in a vibrant village, young Jack, wise beyond his years, discovered Bitcoin and its potential to help others. He learned about blockchain and shared his knowledge, always prioritizing safety. I love that you guys have this theme there, right, about protecting your wealth. We preach about this all the time in trading. We preach about this all the time when it comes to not clicking links. Like we beat this drum, right? There's a theme throughout the Givers Gain community about protecting your wealth. This book is honing in on that, just like the first book did. But talks about the cunning wolf dressed in fine suits created a fake coin to deceive the villagers. Jack, trusting his instincts and research, exposed the wolf scam and warned his friends. That sounds like some meme coins out there, Redman. What's the motivation behind this? Tell us about this book, and then also we'll announce a special thing about this book here after you get done with that. So tell us about it, man. What you got for us?
Yeah, so we teach kids by experience, right? So the things that we've gone through in life, I've gotten burned. I don't want those kids that are coming up after me to get burned. So I'm going to go ahead and write a book that's going to teach them how to stay on top of their game, right? And in this book, the Tricky Wolf, it's that shiny new thing, right? It's that shiny new thing that comes along and promises gains. It promises fortune. But what does it do? It's a 90% rug like a week later, and you're left holding a bag that's worth yeah. So the characters in the story, there is some background behind the wolf. The wolf is actually somebody that I was in contact with a while ago. He made his own coin and rugged the community and took everybody's money. But see, if I had been educated back then, like I am now, I could have avoided that trap. So my big thing is if I can create a book that will create a conversation between you and your kids that will teach them how to make better decisions when they do become that investing age, whatever that investing age is, like I said, this book is for people 4 to 14 years old. So then they'll be able to make those decisions and not fall in the same traps that
Yep.
the crypto casino has taken out some good people.
Crypto casino, facts, bro, facts. So, yeah, so this book just came out. It's doing pretty well so far. But I did see that there's a thing on here, so I want to make an announcement right now. Tomorrow morning on Good Morning Crypto, BC Port Corp is going to be doing a giveaway of this book. Actually, I'm going to add to that here. And so tomorrow morning when he does this giveaway, I'm not sure what the details are on how he's giving it away. Make sure you tune in to Good Morning Crypto tomorrow morning. But I will add to it and say that we are going to give away the series tomorrow morning of the first book, The Bridge to Bitcoin, and then Billy Goat Tells The Tale of the Wolf and the Wise Boy. This is going to be the 2-book series. It's $20, so we're going to do this whole giveaway tomorrow. Make sure you guys are tuned in over there, and we're going to hand you guys both of the books so that you guys can hand these on to your children, make some great gifts, or even some bedtime story reading. So we're going to be doing that tomorrow morning. Make sure you tune in. BC Port Corp right here on Piper Academy, the Good Morning Crypto show. It comes on before mine does, so it's an early show. Make sure you tune in, find out how you guys can win the 2-book series here. So that's what Piper Academy is going to do to support the Billy Goat Tells team, Redman, and you. So, but yeah, this is phenomenal. I love the project. I love the motivation behind it. And I love, it's not a bad price, guys. When you take a look at it, you can get it on Kindle for $9.99, paperback for $15. And you're going to have the opportunity to give your children a way to learn that's engaging and fun for them. Because I think right now we're all struggling, looking all over the place for content creators to teach us. I got a good friend that was visiting for the last couple of days. Served in the military with him and his wife. My wife and his wife are really good friends. Him and I are really good friends. We've done a lot of trips together. And he's like, dude, you were talking to me about Bitcoin when it was like $5,000 and $6,000. It's like 100,000 now. I said, well, it's dropped a little bit from there, but yeah, it's up there. And he's like, yeah, I understand there's a 4-year cycle. I've heard you explain that to me. Just tell me, when do I buy in? How do I buy it? I said, get a Coinbase account first so that you can buy it. You're going to use advanced buying so that you're not going to pay higher fees, and get in my Discord. Let's get you into the Piper plan for DCA. But I think maybe some adults might need this book series too, just to understand the mentality and ideology behind Bitcoin. So I might order this for him too to send to him. So, but yeah, it's amazing how many people just don't understand crypto today, and we've been around it for several years. Getting kids these books now will make them, when they are at the mindset to understand investing, to understand financial, fiscal future stability, that they are going to go, oh, I know about this. I've been reading about this since I was 5 years old. I got my books right here from Billy Goat Tells and Billy Goat Tells, and that's all I needed to get myself started. So great project, dude, and we appreciate all the work that the Billy Goat Tell team over there has done to educate our children on the future and what they need to know about fintech and blockchain technology, bro. So appreciate you guys.
Yeah. And if you're looking for personal development, you're looking for leadership, you can go to billygotels.io. You can mint the NFT right there on the website. And if you mint the NFT, obviously there's Easter eggs. So you could possibly draw an Easter egg, which would put you in the wheel. You will be available. We have a big weekend at Billy's coming up here in South Carolina. So you could win that. You would just be responsible for getting there, and we would take care of the rest for 3 to 5 days. I think it's two nights, 3 days. And so and not only that, you'd also go into a drawing for 50 USDC. So there's personal development. You can work on yourself through the NFT book. We have 10 cornerstones. We're going to be coming out with a children's book with the 10 cornerstones. We're going to be coming out with another leadership book here. And like I said, there's going to be 3 more founders writing their children's book. It's going to be a set of 5. So you'll be able to get that whole set when everybody's written. There's Jimmy's next. We should be dropping that Q4, Q1 of next year. So just to give everybody a little update, Piper.
I have a lot of those books. I have a lot of those NFTs. If my book, I have 3 Easter eggs.
You won the GOAT award. You got the GOAT award,
didn't you?
Dude,
I
got
it right there, right there. There's the GOAT, the Golden Goat Award from Billy Goat Tales team. So, actually, I'm going to be Alexandra and I are going to be looking at doing a giveaway for that NFT. And she just dropped a link also for the minting there. But we're looking to do a whole series, all 10 books giveaway with one Easter egg. Alexandra G and I have been discussing it, and we're going to be doing that soon. Maybe I'll do that like on the next trip and make my way to the trip as a guest attendee and do a giveaway and give away one of those Easter egg books there. So
that's cool.
But yeah, awesome. I actually just had a friend of mine, Calvin Lamont. He's in the chat right now. Shout out to you, Calvin. That is Master Sergeant Lamont. He was my battle buddy over in Afghanistan when we were training the people that were shooting us every day. Thank you very much, Afghan police. So shout out to Calvin Lamont. But yeah, he just messaged me and said, send me a link to buy that book, bro. So I sent him the link there on text message. So shout out to you, Calvin Lamont. And there's another person wanting to educate his grandchildren on Bitcoin. So, bro, anything else you got for the people here, Redman, on what they need to know about Billy Goat Tales, about your personal thoughts on where we're going right now for the cycle or on this book?
So for the cycle, we're not done yet, right? I don't believe that we're done yet. I do believe in the short-term pain, long-term gain. With Bitcoin. And that's looking at a 6-month to a year analysis. I mean, I think there's more upside to come, but that's all speculation and it could go to 0 tomorrow. But I think there's just more upside. I'm going to continue the DCA, man. I'm going to look into this Army Piper DCA strategy, and
you need to.
I'm practicing it myself. Bitcoin is the way, it's the future. As far as Billy Goat Tales is concerned, so we're also building onto our Discord, and we're going to be creating we've already created my channel, which is a research channel, which within Billy Goat Tales Discord. And the only way you can access it is to have a Billy Goat Tales NFT. So it's token gated, and you'll get access to my research. There will be a couple more channels coming out in the future. Billy's really big on taking ownership, and that was one of the things that's kind of my passion, is finding new coins and doing research and finding out what's real and what's fake, what's a rug and what has promise. And I think that's humongous, especially in crypto. You have to gain the trust of the community in order to be successful in crypto, and that's what we're doing at Billy Goat Tales. We're here to help people. We're not just about price go up. We're here to help people understand crypto and get a better understanding so they can make better investment decisions instead of just buying the next shiny new thing and putting their hard-earned money into memes that'll rug in a week and a half.
Absolutely.
But that, I think that's the biggest part is lifting the community up. We've come together to we've had Lifer on our X Spaces. We had him on last night. We're so on Sundays we have a live show. It's going to be 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and then 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then our X Space is live every Tuesday night, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I just implore you guys to come out and learn something different about crypto. We're bringing a new turn. So.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. And we are strong supporters. I mean, hey guys, drop the Billy Goat Tales emoji there in the chat. You guys got it in there. BGT. Let it, we support the Billy Goat Tales team through and through here, man. Big shout out to Mark Dutch in the chat. I see you, bro. What is up, man? Good to see you here, man. The double Dutch bus, Mark Dutch in the house. All right, cool. I appreciate you, Red Man. Always a pleasure, and you're always welcome to join us here on the Piper Academy Morning Market Show, man. You guys are family over there at the Billy Goat Tales team. So anytime you want to come back on, let us know. And guys, tune in tomorrow morning. Going to be giving away 2 books from the Billy Goat Tales team, the entire series, book 1, book 2. Going to be giving it away here on the morning Good Morning Crypto Show. So, Redman, we appreciate you, bro. And again, anytime you want to join us, man, you're more than welcome.
Piper, thank you for having me on. I'm humbled to be here. I've been watching your show for a long time. You know, I appreciate the information that you guys are putting out there. So thank you for having me on. Thank you for supporting the book. The link is on my Twitter page. It's in the link tree on Billy Goat Tales.
It's down below in the description too.
It's in the description. So go ahead, buy the book, and let's pass on some good info.
Let's do it, bro. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. All right, OC. Let's get into some altcoins, man. We got some viewers that want to know what we're thinking about alts. So I know you want to talk about ETH. You said you just got an alert on that. Get over there. Let's check out that. I'll come back and knock out some Solana or some XRP here. Let's see what you got for us, man. You're muted. You're muted.
And I'm muted. Thanks for that. So, something that ring to me today, it was Monero, right? So I do remember back in the day when Monero was a big thing, and then for some reason, every hacker wanted to hijack your computer and browser to mine Monero. A long time ago, but I mean, it's been looking not that bad though. So let's just try to zoom out as much as possible. And despite this is, I will say it. I mean, this is a dead coin, right? Look at the price action of this thing, right? It's just being moving constantly up. Of course, that we have these scam weeks, but at this point, I think that we could be in for a treat. Not to a serious trade, just to maybe start testing the waters of Monero, maybe to catch one of those movements to the downside. Since right now Monero's market cap has been suffering for a long time, I think we could make a pretty penny out of a movement like that. So what I'm going to be looking for, I'm going to be looking for a retracement out of this trend line. So I'm going to be just right clicking on this one, adding an alert, and off we go for the breakout of that trend. And when I see that breakout, I'm going to be expecting dynamic reactor or even the next trend line to be a hit, but I'll decide on that moment based on my indicators right here. So you see that right away we're printing first support, second support at 207. Well, we'll see how that plays out. Let's take a look at Ethereum because I just have an alert and I just don't see it anymore. Atom, Litecoin, Ethereum. Well, let's just visit whatever is Ethereum here. All right, so seems like sorry for this spaghetti. I forgot to remove all of the classes things in here. There we go. What we got in here is a breakout retest. So basically, we were looking at this trend line here. We were expecting for this to play it out. This is where I took my money already, and we are back to the trend line. I think that was the actual alert that was ringing. So we bounced from the dynamic reactor. We were creating a downtrend here, and finally, we are hitting the trend line here. This is what I was expecting, or I still expect out of this trend line. Let me bring up my indicator, my oscillator so far. And despite I'm seeing a big absorption zone in here, which usually represent started to flip up. The body of this absorption zone, it is not that it is too big to be considered a flip out candle. So let's see if any other of my oscillators tells me something else. There we go. We're still on the red. We are on the zero line, and just because we are on the red and we are below the zero line, I will be saying that most probably we're gonna have a fake out to the downside here. Let me turn on my base market oracle, and what I see here it is that I'm still pretty bearish. My consolidation score it is neutral. So that also opens the door that I stay within the same range, but also have that movement to the downside. I want to see for the best case scenario a bounce out of the zero line in here. In fact, let me just clear everything up in here. Perfect. I want to see a bounce out of the zero line and take onto the green cloud once again. Or for the worst case scenario, I want to have something like that, like a fake out, right? So not going all the way down, something like a fake out here at these same areas, and then start seeing the price of Ethereum not plummeting all the way down back at 1,800. That will be, I mean, that will be very bad, and especially since we have this bearish liquidity zone. That is to be expected that this acts as a support, but if we are not able to break through, all right, and we go back to this, most likely we're not going to hold and we're going to be visiting the next one. Long story short, possible next entry, 1,950. If we hold above the zero line, if not, I'm gonna be going or trying to hunt the bounce here at 2,000, or even the next entry at 1,852. That's for Ethereum. Let me do a couple of more, just two more, just to keep in line of what we always do. In Litecoin in the same plan. We already hit the top. We're going for the support. Remember, we are in a ranging here, and we should be taking advantage of it. Again, did not ring this, so I did not take the short, but I'm absolutely gonna be trying to take this long up next. We'll see how that plays out. It seems like we're building up a goose head here. Real chances to bounce up and start breaking upwards. This will depend. All the icons will depend how this current candle of Bitcoin plays out. Let me just finish up with OM breakout retest. If we close in pattern, I think that we're gonna be holding for that retest and off we go. And instead, we're gonna be going farther and deep in here, and maybe looking back at 638. Let's add an alert to that area, and let's just wait for the price action to get there. Other than that, that's what I got, Piper. Let me throw it back to you.
Yeah. Oh, that's the wrong camera. This is the right camera. There we go. So yeah, I want to talk about Sol, but real fast here. I got a little video to show you guys. Well, actually, a couple of things on X marks the spot that I did not talk about this morning. First of all, got this video. This was pretty funny. It was on X here. This is the headlines of everything going into April 2nd, because on April 2nd, we get the tariff news, right? And so I think going into that, volatility is going to be very, very high. But yeah, check this out, OC. This is pretty funny. This is every single major headline that you're going to see for a title theme on videos from crypto YouTube content creators between now and April 2nd. You ready?
Ready, so get set, so hang on, so buckle up, so sit tight, so strap yourself in, so brace yourself, so keep your eyes open, so fasten your seatbelt, so stick around, so hang on, so get ready. You just have to be ready. Brace yourself. What you're about to see will open your eyes. The surprises never stop. So you better hang on. So get ready. So fasten your seatbelt. So hold on tight. So ready. So get set. So hang on.
That's fantastic. I love it. That is going to be the headlines of every single YouTube video on. Yeah, you ready? Get ready.
Taking notes. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
I tell you go. Yeah, I saw that last night. It was pretty funny. I also got a quick article here I want to talk about, guys. If you had the choice between going to college or buying Bitcoin early, which one would you do, OC?
Oh man, that's a hard question because we don't know where the future of Bitcoin will be. I will always stick around college, and this is because there's something important that you don't know an asset where it's gonna be at, but you can control how much education you get, and usually education equals money for the long run. But yeah, I'll stick with college.
All right. Well, I would probably go with Bitcoin. The reason why is over 9 million student loan borrowers are past due after bills restarted, according to Fed estimates. Key points on there, around 9.7 million student loan borrowers became past due on their bills after the COVID-era payment pause expired, according to a new estimate by the Federal Reserve Bank of New York. After the COVID-era pause on federal student loan payments expired September 2023, the Biden administration offered borrowers a 12-month on-ramp to repayment. During that time, borrowers were shielded from most of the consequences of falling behind on their payments. That relief period expired September 30th, 2024. By the end of the off-ramp period, the New York Fed estimates that the volume of past due federal student loans hit 15.6%, with over $250 billion in delinquent debt. According to these numbers, it's reasonable to expect that student loan delinquencies will surpass pre-pandemic levels when new delinquencies hit their credit reports. A new student loan delinquency can cause a borrower's credit score to drop more than 150 points, according to the Fed. So, yeah. Me personally, yeah, right. Whoa, sir.
Are you
Would
telling me that you don't have free college on the States?
no,
I already
no.
knew that. I just wanted to
Yeah,
make
we
sure that
take out
guys.
crazy, crazy loans
Yeah.
here, man. Crazy loans for college, and majority of them. Look, 150 basis point hit to your credit on the current rates that it takes to get a loan. You're never buying anything. That whole thing about you will own nothing and you'll be happy. Might be because of that. I'm just saying. So yeah, I just wanted to bring that up. That was breaking news that just came out this morning. So holy balls, drop that here. Let me hit that. Let me drop that here in the in this live stream. Holy balls. There we go. To $250 billion in federal loan debt. That's insane. Let's jump over and check out this chart that I'm seeing though. It could be worse. It could be worse. Look at Solana here, guys. We're losing the point of control. This dash yellow line coming across here is a point of control coming in from a fixed range volume profile going way back in the day. On the way back here, looking here at that level, let's load that in. Fixed range volume profile for me for the win. There we go. Nice big nipple here on this volume node, guys. If we lose this level, we have a huge gap where it just kind of slides down through here. And you can see that was where the last price action was on the golden pocket. We don't get into another nipple. Got a set of nipples here coming in right here on this zone that I've been talking about for a long, long time. That's going to be at the 0.66 level at a 106. Keep that in mind. As of right now, on the daily, we do have a nice upside movement there going on. Let me go back to that, and you'll see this on the oscillator. We do have a nice upside movement. Volume, money flow and volume both pointing up, but I do think we have a potential to pull back if we lose this dynamic reactor, probably looking at like 130 first. And if we do come back to that golden pocket to retest that support again on that 618, that is 118, and money flow is starting to come back down right now. Oscillator ribbon and volume is pretty flat. So keep an eye out. Keep an eye out there. We did get the reversal print here on our prophecy indicator, or actually on our reversal indicator. It also printed there. And so we did a little liquidity sweep, could see some downside movement. Again, watch that level about $130 there. So that's what I'm seeing on, man, I keep hitting that wrong button. I need to switch that up, bro. That's what I'm seeing on Solana there. Where I normally have our duo cam button, I had to move it. I got it fixed now. We're good to go. But yeah. What is going on here in the chat? OC guy, $500,000 school loans to get out and land a 40K a year job. Yep, you never get out of debt. That's it. That's it right there, bro. That's it right there. Brumblebee, you have nailed it. OCs can say that, college is more important than getting into Bitcoin early because they don't pay for college down in Mexico. Matter of fact, for those that don't know, story time with Army Piper. OC and I have actually discussed about sending my son down there to him and MJ so that he could, hang out down there. We'll do all of the residency visit, school visit and stuff like that, and get him down there, and then do what we need to do to get him to do some school down there because he speaks pretty good Spanish living here in El Paso already. So yeah, we've talked about that. No joke. Even though I have a 911 GI Bill that he could use, I think that he would get a lot better of a education culturally down there in Mexico and hang out with OC for a while. So it's true. Story time with Army Piper. If you want to send your kids to college, send them to OC guy. There you go. Let's go. Let's go look at X.
For
I know.
For sure.
Go ahead.
Oh, yeah. I just want to say that when I went back from the States, I actually insisted on my friends to come visit. And here's a little tip, guys. Just look for community college. Well, instead of sending your kids to community college, get them into a college here that they have parity or an agreement with a university in the States. That means that you can save yourself community college completely, get them here for free, and then revalidate everything that they study here and get them back in college. So you can put it to invest 3 or 4 years, depending on how long is it, right? 1 to 3 years of college, put it into a fund, invest it, make it growth, right? And then when he comes back, well, then you have already free education and then a head start on not getting a debt, or at least less of a debt for college or university at States.
And OC is pretty cheap. He charges cheap rent, so he's gonna buy a multifamily building, and he'll make that into a dormitory and become a business model. See, I'm trying to build your net worth, OC. We'll go in partnership on it. Guys, you want to go to college in Mexico? We've got a dorm and everything for you down here. Let's go check out XRP on the chart, bro. Looking here at XRP right now on the 4-hour, we are at another key level of support here for XRP. We are on the dynamic reactor and the quantum reactor with the point of control coming in off this big, huge, major volume node here, guys. I wouldn't even call that a nipple. That is a mountain there of volume, okay? And so we're sitting there on that right now on top of major confluence from that fixed range volume profile, point of control, the dynamic reactor and quantum reactor, both in this level also. If we lose this, guys, watch for 382. That's coming in like $2.29. I think that what we're seeing right now with Bitcoin pushing down, we will likely come into that, but don't be surprised. I've got these levels here. These levels are coming in as these little nipples and then the volume gap, right? I would think that if you put these on, and you guys can just screenshot this chart real fast, prices are right there. I think if we do not hold on Bitcoin and we start to continue to get sell off over the next few days, you could be looking at a perfect short opportunity here on a negative retest underneath the bottom side of this dynamic reactor, and then downside move it goes. That would give you the opportunity to short this thing all the way back down to the 50 down here, which has been key support here multiple times. You can see we've hit this level here multiple times already, and that is at $1.94. Quick little short to the downside on XRP on that retest. So that's what I'm seeing there. OC, let's go ahead and wrap it up. Tell these guys what they get if they smash the like button today. And then also, don't forget, everyone, tomorrow morning, Good Morning Crypto, we're going to be giving away the series of the Billy Goat Tells books. OC, lay it on them, bro.
Absolutely. Guys, make sure that you click the like button. First of all, thank you so much for joining. And remember that this is the only show where clicking the like button gives you power up. So click the like button. And if you have a kid that wants to go to college and you want to send him to Mexico, well then, click the like button and you'll see how he has the party of his life right here. Supervised. And maybe you'll even have a direct camera with Ozzy here just to see that he's being saved. No, just kidding. But click the like button,
like the
guys.
puppy cam, kid cam.
We're gonna be seeing like Big Brother, right? Big Brother show with OC in Mexico.
I love it. Let's do that,
kidding, guys.
That is fantastic. That is fantastic. All right, guys, we're going to head out of here tomorrow morning. Don't forget, tune in to Good Morning Crypto for your chance to win the entire series of the Billy Goat Tells books for the children's book series. Also, today, we're going to be having OC doing his show this evening. OC live trading out. What time is that on the East Coast?
EST, I think we're going for 7 or 6 p.m. 6 p.m., I believe so.
On the East Coast?
Which is
or
EST?
Is it
yes, because it's
EST?
8 p.m. my time.
Okay. No, if it's 8 your time in Central, that would make it 9 on the East Coast. Oh wait, you're in Mountain, so that would make it. Yeah, it's 8 your time. I don't know. OC, you need to get that time straight. I'm not sure what time it is anymore.
I'm going back and forth in time for it also. So,
good Lord.
I'll just post it. Yeah.
There'll be a post for it. Watch it. And then this evening, we also got Markets After Dark with LBC tomorrow morning. Good Morning Crypto, giving away those books. And we'll be back at 10 a.m. Right now, we're getting ready to head over to Coons Trading. He is live right now. So that is where we are pushing, everybody. Let's go. You guys, when you get over there, drop those graduation caps. Let them know the Piper Academy sent you, and we'll catch you guys tomorrow morning. Trade safe. And as always, use the risk management. Later.
I don't know what they keep telling me. Ain't no school like Piper Academy. We'll keep that front line covered, even when we're dead and gone. We'll find a way to keep going, cause we gon' keep on. I know you hungry for knowledge. knowledge, that's profit appetite. Classes in session, this for the Army Piper acolytes. Trade flag at the soul, train ready. What a line from OCI, form a Mexican spaghetti. Yo, crunch crypto with a deep dive to reject dime. And if you like the visual powered by Tar Prime, then you will part of that alumni, that's all spine. But if you have step, fall back to offline. We'll keep that front line covered, even when we're dead and gone. We'll find a way to keep going, cause we gon' keep on rolling after wheels fall low. Sound off.
To get with them, the ZTS rhythm. Rip it, Alexandra.
Yeah, that's my alumni, you know what I mean?
That was awesome, dude.